1.
So we've come to the end of week 1 and 2, and it's time now for those families and students who have received a paper-based pack at home to get organised to send that work back to school. So some students do not have the internet at all at home, and that means that they would have done all of their work on the paper-based materials that we sent home. Other students will have done some work on the paper-based and other work they would have been doing online. So what we need students to do is unpack your blue folder and only give us the plastic sleeve for each subject with the work in the folder that you have actually completed, and send that work back to school. If you've got work in there that you haven't completed, then keep hold of that and you'll be able to continue working on that over the coming days. So when you package up your work, we should see a science class and a maths class and a PE class in plastic sleeves with the work inside, and you package all of that up in the envelope that we provided for you. And there's two ways that you can return that to school. You can put it in the post free of charge in the reply paid postage envelope, or the other way you can do is drop that off at school in the envelope, and you can put it in our post office box at the front of the school on Alfred Street. Of course, don't do that over the weekend. If you are worried that it's going to rain, or if the post office box is full outside our school, then don't leave it on the ground or those sorts of things, because we don't want your valuable work to be damaged. When we receive your work, we will distribute that work out to your teachers, and for those staff that are working at home, we will scan that work and email it back to them at their homes so that teachers are able to go through your work and be able to provide you with some valuable feedback on your learning. Now, that feedback might come in the form of an email. If parents have emails to send that to, it could be that our staff will ring you and talk through the feedback on the work that you've been doing, or it could be that they write you a letter and post that feedback back via a letter to your home. So some students will have been doing some of the work on style. So as an example, if students have done question 1 and they've answered question 1 on style, then on your hard copy, just put a line through question 1 and say completed on style. That way your teachers know that they go looking on style to be able to find the answers to question 1. However, on that particular day, you might have answered question 2 on the hard copy, and we would be able to see your answers there on question 2. So that's the process for people to be able to return work back to us. Of course, our week 3 and 4 packs were sent in the mail Thursday afternoon, and we anticipate that they'll be ready for people in your post office boxes or at your home delivery for Tuesday morning. Everybody should remember that Monday's a public holiday, being Labor Day, so you'll be receiving your work on Tuesday of the beginning of week 3 on Tuesday of next week. So that's the process in terms of our work packs. When you receive your new work packs, you need to pack those folders inside your blue folder at home so that you can keep all of your school work together and make sure that it doesn't get muddled up and put in the wrong folder. So with relation to assessment in our school, there's been a few changes that have been made to assessment because of the different ways that we now need to assess students. So some of our tests, as an example, have been changed into assignments. So that information is currently being communicated by teachers to students through your style work or via email. We will be having a new assessment calendar which replaces the one that we handed out at the start of the year. That should be finalised by our school around Friday of next week, and we'll be ready to distribute that assessment calendar out to all students and parents so that everybody has a new understanding of all the different assessment techniques and the timeframes that drafts and final assessments are due in relation to your assessment for this semester. So when it comes to reporting, as a school we've made some small changes to reporting. We'll definitely be doing an end of semester report card. Our years 7, 8, 9, 10 and 11 report cards, they will all be completed and sent out to families by the last day of term 2. And our year 12 report cards won't be sent out until early in term 3. So staff will be marking their work over the school holidays and having that ready for report cards to be published by our school probably by the end of week 1 of term 3. So when it comes to assessment, just a reminder for students and parents that it's really important that the work that we receive is a student's own work. Now, of course, at various times, students ask questions of their friends, they ask questions of their teachers, and no doubt they will ask questions of their parents, but it's really important that we don't do work for students. We just help them and guide them, but make sure that the work is their own. So we have ways that we know as teachers when work isn't a student's own work. We check their checkpoints, so that's their drafts that they do along the way. And sometimes you see a student go from virtually nothing to having a fantastic assignment overnight, and you know sometimes that means that they maybe have plagiarised out of a textbook, or somebody else might have done that work for them. So our teachers are really astute at being able to work that out. So by all means, guide your child, by all means assist your child, but make sure at the end of the day that the work that they're handing in is their own work, and that they would be able to tell us a story if we were concerned, to help us to understand how they went about completing the task that they did. So that way, when we get to the end of the semester and we are issuing results based on the evidence that our teachers have in front of them, we're able to hand on heart know that the work that they've completed is their own work. So guys, all the very best as you start to move into an assessment phase across our school. Remember, if you have any questions, if you're unsure of anything, make sure you email your teacher, ask them the question while you're on a on a IC lesson, so that you know exactly what it is that you need to do. So have a great public holiday on Monday, and look forward to re-engaging with you all early next week.